Well, I'm coming off of my first Jupiter square. I'm not sure if Jupiter's going to go back and hit it at 10 degrees again, but it's still definitely there. And so my finances are weird, which I don't really have any. I'm being I'm being strung out, and that's my fault. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to talk about, wanted to communicate. Easy to feel sorry for yourself when you're not doing well for yourself, right? I think a lot of us got trapped, but just to go general, I think that I'm experiencing all kinds of traps, right? We all are. If it's um, anything to do with now, we'll make the excuse of just talking about how Pluto's going backwards into a Capricorn one last time, and it's been a look into the control systems that the monetary system is um, achieving control of what, Shauna? Well, anything from our ability to see anything correctly, experience life at all correctly. I mean, correctly is a good word. And you would think, because a lot of people are so brainwashed, and thanks to money, really, really, what is it? You really couldn't have. And this is the story that Christ Jesus over there tried to tell us. The story tries to tell us it kind of happens where nobody liked the way she gets up and flips the tax table and says, you know what, fuck this game because it's turning out that something is going cuckoo and it's not worth that. It's not sacrificing our own awareness over because that's dangerous somehow, some way. Why? Well, that person, it was said that they were talking about that we don't die. But see, now you'd have to get rid of that out of our perception in order for now that I know it sounds weird and everything because people are like, well, shut up, you don't like your technological advancements. And it's like, no, a lot of this is bullshit. Somehow, and why did it have to happen that we are forced to become a parasite unto ourselves, really? And I go on and on about with this conversation, but getting back to, see, I have like, how do we manage our microcosms in this horror film where, yeah, it's fake, isn't it? You have to be fake to do something. I'm not really talking like this. No, really, I think, see, this is what I really wanted to say. Hi, how are you? I'm so glad just to hear the few who were willing, and I have already experienced it, but they sent money through the snail mail. They live in America, and they were able to send some bills, the happy bills, through the mail to me because I helped their mind somehow. I did something for them. I don't know. Maybe they stole one of my stories and they're making millions of dollars off of it. And they're like, "Here, yeah, have $100." While I'm sipping my martini in Tahiti, having collected $300,000 on Amazon, making an audiobook out of what I could just read off of your material. Maybe, who fucking cares? If it's the truth and you are an enlightened person, a shaman, you're not gonna. Money is not the point. No, that's a shallow thing. You are turning it into spam. That's how you noticed them a long time ago with the so-called infomercials. Something that's going to help you. When they start putting a price tag on it, it's like, oh man, I thought you were going to help me. Really, right? Because um, depleting your assets isn't really. It doesn't see. This is the thing I want to expose about money, kids. Is like, have you noticed how stupid it really is? You're, eh, people are just choosing what they spend their money on anymore, and it's really weaponry because they're like, if they're in that state of hate, which is having destroyed their moral minds, becoming a moral masochist, because that's what you have to do in order to make a bunch of money. So now you have the pot, and now all you want to do is destroy somebody else because you're fucked. I mean, you just have it in you. You're like, you know what? I can't stand free people and happy people, people that think that everything comes easy to them, which is like, no, it's not necessarily that. Love is easy, and we know that you're doing it right if it feels easy and good. So somewhere along the line, the entire organism, um, it's being influenced. A lot is getting sick because we're not recognizing that there's a little bit of a problem, precisely that, where it's not noticing, like, wow, really? Can't you just take a break, like strike on that and say, oh, this game, excuse me, this game is not making much sense to me now because it's going against my conscience. How about that? You got a conscience lately? No? Anyway, we are, I'm going to put this on the day of the Mars Uranus conjunction, and it's a really good time for. See, Uranus has to do with like the cold, hard, raw truth, our nervous systems that, we're not going to feel good without having hit some of God and or the truth here. That's the way we do it. An athlete looks amazing because they're doing something with their body or something. It's kind of a wishy-washy subject matter to say, well, because they play sports, it's a better way to be. No, what it really is controlling the mind, and so you follow certain rules. It teaches you something bigger. When you learn to play a sport, you learn the rules, you learn how to play fair, you learn why, you learn how to play together. That's a big thing. You have teammates and you do teamwork. See, that begins to expand, narcissist, into just above the obvious of trying to win a game or something. It's in and of itself learned that hopefully, right? But no, you see some incidences where after the ball games they're having a riot because they couldn't. There were sore losers out there or something, and that's all they just have energy to do that anyway. They're not really playing, doing anything. They're going there to watch somebody to do something. That's a problem. Don't ever do that. Go do something. In case the kids are watching you, whatever you do, don't have kids unless you can do that. Anyway, I'm sorry. Yes, no, I'm serious though. Putting on this video because I'm actually at a very tedious place, and I'm at that place where, um, does it? I've already talked about this once before, and I don't think. See, I think that this needs to be changed. I think it's maddening out there that we think we have to find like one person. We have to get along with them a certain way, and it's like, no, I'm sorry. I do have tried. I'm sorry. I'm having a painful time, and I think that I'll be fine when I begin to transition out, like this cash in everything. I don't know. I feel like I need to make a fucking escape from whatever it is that thinks that they want a love relationship. It's like, no, that's not love. What you're doing is far from love. See, there's, God, getting into the brunt of the subject matter is the codependent narcissist that now you can say it like that innocently and say, this is out there, that, who they undermine your um, independent nature, your confidence, everything about your life that you love about yourself because they're envious. I mean, really, when you're getting into it, there's something more to it. And we can open it up. See, I've heard so many people talk about it, and it's feeling more like this than just going general and saying, because some people are apparently hollowed out and then they're occupied by what? Programming from where? Something that hates God and doesn't want the part of the organism that it can be human and love. I talk about this a lot, right? That it's just like a Mr. Smith that shows up and say, no, fuck you. Put your necktie on and join the crew, right? And that's their clubbing. And it's like, yeah, no. Because you have to watch out, really. I mean, we're hearing it more and more. See, I say, and I'm going to start to infiltrate on people. It's going to take another 10 years to do this, but we can do it online if I can just concentrate more. I'm being distracted. Fucking the money system, the money scene, and being caught by people power tripping with it right now is staggering me out. That's why, I can only thank the people who have tried to get in contact with me, but they're overseas and they're saying, "Oh God, I would love to give you some money." Right? I've heard a lot of people say this already, particularly overseas. And then, well, some people have said it when it's like, no, they're just making some kind of weird excuse. I've been completely ripped off. Really, I'm feeling. See, I'm not. I am. I'm having more faith in this right here. That's actually meant to. help us in a certain way. I'm pretty sure. See, you have to be willing to do certain things, though, and this is one of the things. You belong to an organization. It's here already. It's completely transparent, and what I mean by that is that yes, that's what a camera is. When it starts to shine like this and it goes like this, you're beginning to see how reality is if you start using your senses and you have ears, you have a set of eyes, all the stuff that God gave you. There's outer space and there's the truth all up in it. This is the truth. I am a truth. See, that's a simple thing. Wow, I didn't get all hocus pocus to say, I am the truth, the light, and the way. You can get funny like that and watch everybody go, nah, and it's like because you don't fucking know you're asking a hole in the ground, you couldn't have a proper conversation about the truth or reality. It's sad. Some people like me are like, well, we already know. Drink plenty of alkaline, high alkaline water. Get plenty of sleep. Go completely. Don't eat animals because you need all of the reservoir of temperament that you're calm. Because when you find out nobody is located of reality and they know the truth, they don't know the truth. Aside from fainting and having a panic attack and being irritated and fucking yeah, having anxiety because you're completely alone and you're losing a bunch of friends, make sure you're just taking care of yourself in these manners that it makes you lets you have a breakthrough about it. Say no, actually, and just wait. You just wait. You're going to become a savior. Give it some time. When Neptune see, I'm a leader, babes, and what do leaders do? They disappear. They disappear and say, "I'm glad you got the idea yourself." Right? There's that saying that what does it say? A leader is best when they are not even known that they are there. That everybody gets it just appears that everybody gets the idea on their own and they figure it out for themselves. And but see, they need that 100th monkey there that radiates something and says, "Can't you please see something else different?" And you wouldn't believe how that might be working. Might be called prayer when you start to dominate the airwaves with something different. So you have to start with, are you really authentically there, being that something, being that difference? Did you did you just kind of get rid of that the monkey scene or the money scene or the rat race tends to make you feel that you really need to do that, right? You see a lot of that, and what can run that but just money itself because it doesn't know what the hell else to do. It seems to just lost a reason to be here, and I would love to bring it back. See, and there's where I'm saying we have to bring back a better um, language, but none of this is going to happen until major fit hits the shan. We're going to see some stuff in my lifetime. It has to happen like this. I mean, really, because some people are just waiting to be a part of the uprising of saying, no, this is how we do it. The so-called leaders, the ones that kind of the first responders that other people you can see they cause an either extreme yay or really it's an extreme nay. You'll see that reactive abuse right away, which is the nay. But then later on, the organization that slowly but surely forms